What if the real reason intimacy is fading in your relationship isn't what you think? It's not just time, it's not just stress, and it's definitely not because something is wrong with you. In many cases, it's small, everyday habits, repeated quietly over time, that slowly disconnect you from your partner, emotionally and physically. Habits that feel normal, habits no one teaches you about, habits that, if left unchecked, can turn closeness into distance. But here's the good news. Once you understand them, you can fix them. Hello, I'm Dr. Jocelyn. I'm a medical doctor focusing on sexual and urinary health. And over the years, I've worked with individuals and couples who felt confused, frustrated, and sometimes even hopeless about their intimacy. And what I've learned is this: most intimacy problems are not permanent. They are patterns, and patterns can be changed. This conversation is completely judgment-free, science-based, and designed to help you understand your body, your mind, and your relationship in a healthier way. So take a moment, relax, and let's talk about what might really be affecting your intimacy and how to rebuild it. One of the most common mistakes I see is emotional disconnection being ignored for too long. People often assume intimacy is purely physical, but the brain is actually the most important organ involved. When emotional safety is missing, the body naturally holds back. You might notice less desire, less engagement, or even avoidance. And it's not intentional. It's your nervous system protecting you. If communication has become limited to daily tasks, work, bills, responsibilities, then emotional closeness slowly fades. And without that foundation, physical intimacy starts to feel distant or forced. The solution is not complicated, but it does require intention. Start small, ask your partner how they're really feeling. Listen without interrupting or trying to fix everything. Emotional presence creates physical openness. Another mistake that quietly harms intimacy is chronic stress. When your body is constantly in a state of pressure, deadlines, or anxiety, your brain shifts into survival mode. In that state, intimacy is not a priority. It's actually suppressed. Stress increases cortisol, which interferes with hormones responsible for desire and arousal. This is not a personal failure. It's biology. If you've been feeling not in the mood, ask yourself honestly, are you relaxed enough to even feel connection? Simple daily practices can help. Even 10 to 15 minutes of slowing down, deep breathing, a short walk, stepping away from screens can calm your nervous system. When your body feels safe, intimacy becomes more natural again. Another pattern I want to talk about is unrealistic expectations. Many people compare their relationships to what they see online or in media. They expect constant excitement, perfect timing, or a certain level of performance. But real intimacy doesn't work that way. Every relationship has phases. Energy levels change, stress levels change, bodies change, and that's normal. When you chase perfection, you create pressure. And pressure is one of the fastest ways to disconnect. Instead, focus on consistency, comfort, and connection. Intimacy grows in environments where people feel accepted, not evaluated. Let's also talk about physical health, because your body plays a major role. Poor sleep, lack of movement, and unhealthy eating habits directly impact energy levels, hormone balance, and blood circulation. If your body is constantly tired or undernourished, it cannot perform at its best, not in any area of life, including intimacy. Aim for regular sleep, balanced meals, and daily movement. You don't need extremes. You need consistency. Another mistake that's more common than people realize is avoiding important conversations. Many individuals feel uncomfortable talking about intimacy, so they stay silent. They hope things will improve on their own. But silence creates distance. If something feels off, whether it's emotional, physical, or psychological, it's important to express it calmly and respectfully, not as blame, but as understanding. Healthy communication doesn't damage intimacy, it strengthens it. Now, something I want to address very clearly is misinformation. There is a lot of content online that creates confusion, fear, and unrealistic beliefs about intimacy and sexual health. People start to question themselves unnecessarily, they compare, they worry, and they feel inadequate. Let me reassure you, most of what you see online is exaggerated or incomplete. Trust science. Trust your body. And if you're unsure, Consult a qualified professional instead of relying on random sources. Another factor that often gets ignored is mental health. Anxiety, low mood, and emotional exhaustion can significantly reduce desire and connection, and this is not something you should ignore or feel ashamed about. Taking care of your mental health is part of taking care of your relationship. If needed, seek support. Therapy is not weakness, it's awareness. Something else I often notice is that people stop prioritizing their relationship. Life becomes busy, responsibilities increase, and slowly, connection becomes optional instead of essential. But intimacy needs attention. It needs time. It needs effort. Even small gestures, quality time, appreciation, physical closeness can rebuild that connection. You don't need perfection. You need presence. If you've been recognizing some of these patterns in your own life, I want you to pause for a moment and understand something very important. You are not alone. You are not broken. And this is not the end of your connection. These are habits, and habits can be changed. If this conversation is helping you see things more clearly, take a moment to like this video. It helps more people access accurate, supportive health information. And if you want more content like this, subscribe and be part of a space where we talk about real issues with clarity and respect. And I'd really like to hear from you. What's one habit you think might be affecting your intimacy the most? As we come to the end of this conversation, I want to leave you with this. Intimacy is not just about moments. It's about patterns. The way you think, the way you communicate, the way you care for your body and your partner. Small changes done consistently can completely transform your relationship. You don't need to fix everything overnight. You just need to start. Start with awareness, continue with intention, and build with patience. Your relationship deserves effort. Your health deserves attention, and you deserve connection that feels real, safe, and fulfilling. And I'm Dr. Jocelyn, and I'll see you in the next video.